Greetings fellow watchers, I'm Super Ice Cream Sandwich. Today I have a device review for you guys. Right here in my hand is the Oukitel K10000, a device I mentioned in my last video, which also just so happens to be my own daily driver for the past month. Now before we jump right into a demonstration and my own experiences, let's start right from the beginning. Why exactly did I get this phone? Now, before this phone, I had a device known as the VK World VK6050. A nifty device on its own, however, it doesn't really stand out from the crowd. After issues with a broken microSD card slot and the lack of storage which had ensued, it was reason enough for me to get over to a new device. Now, why exactly did I pick out the Oukitel K10000 over the likes of a Droid Turbo and or other devices that are out there? After much intensive research, I have stumbled upon this $185 phone, sporting a full-body steel frame that goes literally through the entire phone, a 10,000 mAh battery, and some other decent reviews that exist on YouTube. So you might think to yourself, well Mark, why would you buy yet another Chinese smartphone after having a bad experience with one, and why make another video about it when others have as well? Well, you see, not that many people have this particular device in general, and I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt, hoping this device in particular and manufacturer would be good. That, and even fewer people in North America seem to even own such a phone, and I would like to give it a reflective stance for what it's worth, and to provide some better insight into what this device may or may not be.
Now when I first got this device, I was actually kind of shocked at how good the presentation was. Even though I've seen a couple other reviews, I've actually not really anticipated what it would feel like. This thing literally slides out and there's like a poof of air just coming out of there. It has like a black and gold scheme all over, and this thing kind of feels like snakeskin. All the golden letters are reflective. So it has a pretty nice presentation. You get this really awesome Oukitel K10000 film, which I wouldn't mind slapping somewhere on my wall if I had the space. You get your manual in here, your device, your second screen protector, and your thing that protects your phone is in here. And then you have your charger in here, your SIM removal tool in here, a charging cable, and a reverse charging cable that does come in here as well. Now this thing smells pretty nice too. It smells pretty fresh. So getting this device, you should be pretty excited because this smells pretty nice. So yeah, it's a pretty nice presentation considering I bought this device for $185, although originally this device was more like $240.
Starting off with the specs, this device is rocking a quad-core 1.0 GHz dynamically clocked MediaTek MT6735 CPU, based on the ARM A53 architecture that is 64-bit, with 2 GB of RAM, a Mali T720 GPU clocked at 600 MHz, a 1280 by 720 IPS liquid crystal display at 5.5 inches sporting 267 pixels per inch, about average for a smartphone in 2015, with a considerable amount of devices packing higher screen densities. 16 GB of internal storage under a single partition, microSD expansion, 5 megapixel front and 13 megapixel rear camera, a whopping 10,000 mAh battery capacity, I'll get to that in a minute, full 4G connectivity, and a dual SIM capability. The specs may throw you off, however, don't be fooled. This device is quite capable and, in fact, is quite ready for most tasks. For basic tasks, this device can even be buttery smooth. Design-wise, this phone is absolutely gorgeous. Forget about the fact that it's bulkier and heavier than most phones out there in general. This phone strongly deviates from the norm of today's smartphones, and I really like that. Taking on an angular, sleek, transformer-like design, it almost looks too good to be true. I can't stress how much I love the angularity, contouring, and comfort this device possesses. Despite having a steel frame, it's actually quite comfortable to hold, especially once you get used to it. On top of this, for a $185 phone, there is some serious attention to detail on this beast, as well as having a very good build quality on top of that. Whether it's the etching of the volume and power buttons, the reflective polished frame on the back side that borders the plastic frame, the speaker grills on the bottom, or simply the angles on the phone itself, this device just totally blows any other device I've seen as of late, design-wise, out of the water. I also enjoy how they added what looks to be either elements of or screws all around the device, further signifying this device's sturdy build. Whether they're real or not isn't up to me to know, but what I do know is that the device has a full-body steel frame. Stretching into the phone's build itself, durability and toughness is absolutely assured. There's even a video by the device manufacturer themselves using this phone as a hammer to pop in and nail into some wood multiple times. Though, I wouldn't be buying a phone for that purpose. One last thing. I do enjoy the very, very slight, subtle curvature on the edge of the display. It's extremely subtle and is nothing more than a slight bump up from the steel frame, though it's much appreciated nonetheless, and it makes it ever so slightly comfier to hold when I'm sliding my finger up from across the side of the phone onto the screen. You may wonder, what's it been like using this device? Well, I've only been charging this thing once every 4 days on average. A couple of times, I've managed to even pull 5 to 6 days on a single charge. I use this device very heavily, and it's my primary mobile, and it's great. For those of you looking to use this on and off on a work week, I can see this lasting you an entire week on a single charge if you're a heavier user. And if you're a lighter user, expect this to last about 2 weeks, potentially more. This device consistently pulls 22 to 26 hours of screen on time, 18 hours being the absolute minimum. It handles my games nicely, and I don't see much else to talk about on this device since it handles a variety of tasks with ease, and the focal point of this device is that it has a 10,000 mAh battery, which is gigantic for any measure of any phone ever made. So, with all of that out of the way, what is the verdict? Being a T-Mobile user, an American GSM network, this device unfortunately does not catch the 4G that it should, as it's not compatible with 4G bands in the United States. It does, however, work very well over in Europe with 4G and all of the other GSM 3G bands over there and over here in the States. Now, if you have a GSM carrier such as AT&T, T-Mobile, Metro PCS, or other carriers, it should be good to go. Now, would I recommend this device to a friend, and would I suggest that they give it a go? Well, it all depends on your preferences. I'm particularly oriented to the design, and the fact that it carries such a gargantuan battery. This phone is more than enough to do what I want, and for those of you who aren't too keen on specs, who would not mind a larger device and would absolutely kill for a near week-long battery, I can't stress that enough, I would absolutely, definitely recommend this device. If you're looking for the best bang for your buck, this device has it. Whether it's build quality, battery life, or the overall device itself, the $185 certainly justifies the use that I'm getting out of it, and I hope to see more inspirational companies such as Oukitel, deviating from the norm of what a smartphone should be. So guys, thank you so very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it or if you found it informative, and subscribe for more tech, gaming, and in the future, metal videos. I'll always have something to post since I'll always have a passion for technology, and perhaps, maybe, I'll be making more videos consistently as I discover more interesting and cool stuff. Super Ice Cream Sandwich, over and out.